If I'm honest, there aren't many things in my life that I'm afraid of. There's not a lot of things in this life that I'm altogether scared of. We all have our phobias. I'm scared of spiders. But what I'm about to tell you doesn't involve anything of the natural kind. What happened to me terrifies me so much that I'm actually feeling the hairs in the back of my neck stand on end as I'm explaining to you what happened. And what happened did happen. I remember waking from a dream. I woke up, and on opening my eyes I instantly realized that something wasn't quite right. I couldn't move. I was almost completely paralyzed. I had some motion in my neck and I was able to observe the room around me. The room turned a shade of red. It was almost sepia in colour. And from the end of the room, I could make out faint voices, laughing, giggling, whispering, cackling. I looked towards the end of the room at the doorway. Standing in the doorway, veiled in darkness, was the shadow of a figure. I screamed for help, but no help came. I was in the apartment alone. I looked back at the figure to see that it had moved closer towards the bed. Fear struck me. I began to sweat and panic. I tried to move desperately, but I was paralyzed. I looked back at the figure to see it had moved further still, but this time it was at the foot of the bed. I closed my eyes in fear to dread what was going to happen to me. And in opening them, I saw that the figure was now crawling up the bed towards me. I felt its weight pass over my body, past my feet, past my knees, to my waist, my chest, to my shoulders, to my face. The shadow clasped its icy cold hands around my neck and began to squeeze. The more I moved, the tighter the figure's grip got around my neck. The figure's face was shrouded in darkness. I could not see any facial features. All I could see was darkness. The shadow had no face. Its face had been completely obscured in darkness. The figure knelt on my chest and gradually brought its face down closer to mine. It was then that I heard the engine of a car in the street outside moving towards the house. Its headlights illuminated the room and the figure's face, and what I saw I cannot describe. A sallow, pasty, sunken, lifeless face. The face of a hag looking right at me. The whispering and the giggling and the cackling got louder and louder as the figure began to squeeze my neck. panicked, and the only thing I could think about doing was asking God to help me. I closed my eyes and I said out loud, "Please God, help me. Help me, God." The figure brought its face even closer to mine, and with a raspy voice, it told me, "I am your God. I am God. Your God." Suddenly, the hag disappeared. There is a scientific explanation to this nightmare scenario I was faced with. Sometimes the mind awakes before the body does, which results in the paralysis that I felt that dreaded night. And because your brain is still awakening from REM, it plays tricks on you. Your brain is still in a dreamlike state, and you imagine weird and wonderful things around you. It's all in the imagination. So, ladies and gentlemen, there is a scientific explanation to all of this. But before you switch off and go to sleep tonight, there is one final twist I should tell you. The following morning, on examining my neck, I discovered bruise marks. 10 of them. 10 bruise marks around my neck. Finger marks. Strangle bruises, where the hag had had her hands around my neck. Sweet dreams.